So, Dani, I know you work with teams, helping them really get their power back when they've been disrupted. And I think we're dealing with that right now, aren't we?
Fully, Rhonda, my goodness me, what a disrupted world that we are living in every which way at the moment, every which way.
That's kind of normal, though, right? Disruptions happen all the time, just maybe not to this extent. So, tell us some of the challenges that your teams, the teams that you're working with, are having right now.
Well, really great question, actually. And I heard an analogy the other day that I really like, Rhonda, and it's that Humpty Dumpty has fallen off the wall, but Humpty Dumpty will come back together again, but it will be different for us this time. I just love that. So every team has had its falling off its wall moment and needs putting back together. But essentially what I found that teams are coming to me for is that confidence within the team. What's happening? What's happening in this broken, fragmented world, team, organization, homework life, technology? So confidence in and around that is really, really fundamental to what I do right now. Then also, Rhonda, I've been finding that some teams are coming because the blend of home and work life has become more of a frazzle than a blend. Everyone's tired, exhausted, not actually enjoying it anymore. So how do we recalibrate the team together in a more uplifted way to move forward? And then the final thing that I'll just point out that teams I've found are coming to me with is having lost empathy. Team players are losing that understanding of each other, and that frazzle that I mentioned for the teams that I'm working with on empathy and understanding. It's actually working out how we motivate and lift people with understanding as a platform. So those are the three key things that I'm finding that teams are coming to me with: confidence, empathy, and that frazzle of home and work life blend, Rhonda.
Yeah, the world, no doubt, everybody with a clue can see that it has changed. Our whole work life balance has, I don't know whether we're finding it now or whether it's been disrupted, because I think a lot of good is going to come out of this. A lot of good comes out of disruption. That's how change, where change comes from. So I think probably one of the first things they can recognize is that they're really in a good place, to facilitate some really good changes. Don't you think?
Oh, Rhonda, yeah, absolutely. And that is the magical thing that has come out of this time is connection. And yes, it's in a very different way. Mostly it's online, but those really powerful connections have really come to the fore. And perhaps some old or historic or sometimes frayed connections you found new ways of navigating those connections. So yeah, there are many blessings and joys and positives to bring forward from this situation. And for me, that's one that is fundamental.
Well, how do you help these teams get started in really kind of making these changes or getting their mojo back, let's just say?
Oh, well, funny you should say about Mojo. One client came to me because they said, Dani, I really feel I've lost my mojo. And a few sessions later, oh, Dani, I feel like a powerhouse. So it was lovely to have that reaction. The words actually were, I feel like a powerhouse, which was amazing as a transformation. But how do you start in a team? Well, for me, it always starts with the leader, because of course, like in a team, in a community, it's the leader that influences how that team or community operates. So it always starts there. But then we get really interesting and get down into the science of it. So I'm trained in the science of strength psychology, so often I'll use that. But sometimes it's about taking the team out of the box, if you will, unpacking it and understand what's going on before we put it together with new habits, new routines, and better consistency.
Wow, you kind of have to get it all out there on the table to take a look and then start rearranging things, I would think.
Yes, very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so.
Wow, very good. Well, I know if you've got a team that has lost your power, so to speak, then Dani is the coach for you. You need to reach out to her. You can find her at liftThislife.co.uk, because you're over there on the other side of the pond. And so, Dani, so good to see you. Thanks for stopping in for some tips and tricks. We appreciate that.
Fantastic to see you, Rhonda. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you.
You bet. And I'm Rhonda Boyle. Thanks for tuning in. And you can find this and other coach interviews at our Facebook page at www.coachtalk.tv. And we'll see you there. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.